Today I'm going to explain you about multi-threading, where multi-threading is a program which is the process which can be divided into two or more. So where we can execute or where we can implement the program with more than two different programs, and in the parallel way or concurrently or simultaneously. So here we can execute more than two or more programs simultaneously at the same time, and we can execute them in parallel. For example, if I'm creating a two threads of different things, like M1 is a one thread and M2 is a different thread, but I'm executing the two threads at the same time in the parallel, it's called a multi-threading. And and it's also the process of where it's a process of executing several tasks simultaneously, where the multitasking is divided into two categories. One is process-based multitasking, another one is uh, thread-based multitasking. Process Process-based multitasking is quite different from thread-based multitasking, where the process-based multitasking is as we do two different tasks, but we do and execute at the same time. For example, if I'm opening the Twitter on the website and also at the same time I'm listening to music, so these are two different threads, but I'm implementing and executing and I'm using at the same time, so these two are working parallel. So this is a process based multitasking, where thread based multitasking is like, for example, if you open the paint, as you can draw it, at the same time you can erase it, as you can do the two different process but in the same thread. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you do the two different process in the same thread or same program, is a thread based multitasking. When you executed two different type of threads, but you're executing parallelly or you're working up parallelly or you're executing it parallelly, then it is a process based multitasking, where a process based multitasking have a many resources. So but the thread based multitasking, it has very low resources, as using only one thread, but why process in the one thread, but here the different threads but executing parallelly, but two different threads has its own process, everything will be, they have their own uh, exits and entries, but here it has the own entry but the exit is different, like it comes under one thread. And also process based multitasking uh, has its own memory addresses. For example, if I'm creating a two different threads like the Facebook or the Twitter or the music, so the Facebook has its own address. So when we download or when we upload anything, when we open it as its own memory address, so it stores in their own structure of the own area. At the same time, the music, when we open or upload or where you're playing the music, it has their own area to address or it has its own area to store the memory. So in the process based multitasking, the different threads has its own area of address, but thread based multitasking, it has it has the same address. So the space is the address memory space. The memory is shared between the two different processes or three different processes because it comes under one thread. For example, in the process based multitasking, if I'm transferring the files from Facebook to the music or files from the Facebook to the Twitter, the Facebook doesn't uh, know that the the memory of a Twitter is stored in where. So it doesn't know like where it is saved. So it needs to know, like it takes some resources to to help it to find and to find out like where the Twitter is stored and where how it should be sent, how to transfer the files. So it takes some time to transfer the resources because both of the two memory like two threads doesn't know like where it is saved and how where it has different ways of storing the memories. But when coming to the thread based multitasking, like as we know like the paint knows when we erase or when we create the thing, it knows like the eraser is stored in where and the filling bucket is stored in where, because there is no like it's stored in the paint option, the single option, like it comes under wide variety of process and the single thread. So it is easy way to transfer the files from the one process to the other process, like one folder to other folder, because that it comes one thread. And at the same time interprocessor. So like as I said, it has uh, it has easy way to transfer the files uh, where the thread-based multitasking has easy way of transferring files from one thread to other, but process-based multitasking interprocessor is very bit hard, complex will be more. Mm, so and we have a lot of benefits of the multitasking, enable programmers to do multiple things at one time. So it does different kind of programs, multiple things or multiple wide variety of process will be done in one time. And a programmer can divide a long program into threads and execute them in parallel, which will eventually increase the speed of the program executions. And also it has an improved performance and concurrency. Simultaneously, it access to different applications. For example, if we take the Facebook, if we take only the Facebook is a one kind of a program, as it executes different kind of, for example, it goes to the chatting, it goes to uploading videos, photos, and we will play the games. So the whole program is a one thread, but we are implementing different kind of task over there. But it is done, and we can do it, uh, we can execute it parallelly all at a time. So this is a multi-threading. So like when the programmers want a program, like if you want to create a big program and he wants to divide it according to different tasks, and he wants to execute at the same time, when you want to use all the different tasks at a time simultaneously or parallelly, then he then we use the method called multi-thread.